So what exactly does £100 worth of Pokemon product look like in today's market? Let's find out. Sat with me here is a massive box of £100 worth of Pokemon mystery product. I've not seen anything inside of it. I had a quick look. I had to take out a sheet that had obviously my personal information on it, but outside of that, I've not touched it. I've not seen what else is inside it. So we're going to have a look today, see if it's worth the £100 that I paid for. This box might just be a little bit too big to fit on the desk in front of me. So we're going to take them out one by one, or the products out one by one, and, you know, tot up the values. So the first product we have is a Shrouded Fable mini tin. These are really cool. I do like Shrouded Fable as a set. This retails for around about 10 to 12 pounds. Good start, good start. And next up, we have a 2 booster pack and 1 eraser. I guess you'd call it a blister pack. The Gengar in there is super sick. Twilight Masquerade and the Temporal Forces. I see these retail, well, MSRP value on the Pokemon Center at £9. So that's not bad value. 2 packs, you know, it's £4.50 a pack. And you get an eraser basically for free. Not bad at all. Next up, you have one of my favorite products. And by products, I mean like the triple blisters. Not exactly the set itself, but the set is actually quite nice. Scarlet and Violet base set. Really cool pulls in here. You got the Gardevoir. And that, honestly, that might be pretty much it. Some really cool cards in here, though, nonetheless. See here, I don't know if you can see, the way it's been sealed, it looks like it's like clipped off that entire top corner of the booster pack. That's quite interesting. Usually, these retail at around about £12.50. So again, good value for money. And the next product up to bat is another Shrouded Fable product. I'm not mad with getting Shrouded Fable, if I'm being completely honest with you. It seems widely available. I did make a video on Shrouded Fable and why it's a good set to start collecting if you're getting into the hobby. I'm not entirely sure if it is still widely available, if I'm being honest with you. I've not really shopped around for much of this stuff, but we have obviously 2 products of it in this box alone. So maybe that goes to show. Right. This box is pretty good. 4 packs, 3 promo cards. Can't really go wrong. And this retails for around about £20. And next up, we have ourselves, I believe, this is actually an Azure Legends. Yeah, an Azure Legends EX tin. These are really cool. These have Surging Sparks in. I did a video on these tins when it came out. Called an amazing Milotic SIR. These are a good product in my book. 4 good packs in this. And for the price that you pay, I think it's around about £20. It's not bad at all. It's a really good product. So the last product that we have is this Roaring Moon EX box, which I don't think I've even opened this ever. So this is going to be quite interesting. I can't tell whether that is maybe that's a Sword and Shield pack in there. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it will be, but hopefully there are some cool packs inside here because, you know, collection boxes, they have a lot of hidden gems inside of these. This one also retails for around about £20. So that's not bad at all as well. I think £20 collection boxes are a very good staple of product to buy if you're kind of getting into the hobby. You get a bunch of different packs, promo cards, jumbo card, really good value. So after doing the quick bit of math there, we actually lose out on around about £9, which is kind of insane. But also at the same time, the difference between the market value of these products and the MSRP value of these products can just differ a little bit. So I kind of understand the discrepancy here. But in my personal opinion, I feel like this stuff should be based on price of what it would be like to buy it on the Pokemon Center. I know that's probably a bit of a wild take because obviously, you know, back in the day, something could have only been worth £10 on the Pokemon Center. But now the value of it is, you know, £50+ so obviously they're not going to include that as a £10 product, so I understand that. But with it being newer product, I would have thought maybe they would have gone off that. Hopefully we'll get some good stuff out of this. First thing up to bat, we have the 2-pack blister with the eraser. This is quite cool. I do like the Gengar. It almost feels like a thing that I don't really want to open. I just want to kind of keep on a shelf, keep it sealed. We're gonna have to do it. We're making a video and we're doing it. So I sometimes wish blister packs were a lot easier to open. They always do this to me. So obviously, first off, we get the Gengar eraser. That's kind of cool right there. I like that. I guess we'll start off with the Temporal Forces. This is actually one of my favorite sets. I think mainly because it's been widely available, and you can still get some really cool special illustrations in this set, like the Walking Wake, the Gouging Fire, and the Raging Bolt EX. Like, so many cool cards that you can get in this set that, you know, if you're just getting into collecting, I feel like this set is a bit of a no-brainer. Iron Treads, Electivire, Iron Valiant, into a Magcargo, but unfortunately, we don't get anything good today. That's totally okay. We have a lot of more packs to go through. Twilight Masquerade is a really sick set. You obviously have the Greninja EX special illustration rare, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, if I do say so. We're going to pull it. This one pack from this 2-pack blister of Twilight Masquerade. Yeah, of course we'll pull it. Why wouldn't we? Starting off with a Water Energy and a Mulga, Suian Growlithe, a Monferno, Nose Pass, Galele, Ogre's Mask, Probopass, Shinx, Walking Wake, into a Ting-Lu. So, yeah, no luck in that back-to-school blister pack, I think it's called. Not a great product, but pack-wise, you get 2 packs for £4.50 a pack. Is not bad. Now, next up to bat, a nice set, actually. Quite an interesting set. The Shroud of Fable set. It's a set that gets overhated. I understand it. But, you know, I think it might be the Steam Siege of Scarlet and Violet. I think that's where it's going. Some of you might understand what that means. Some of you may not, but in time we'll tell. Yeah, let's do it. So Shroud of Fable. There's some really cool artworks. I really like the Fezandipity EX artwork on this set. Starting off with the Houndoom, Furfrou, Varoom, Absol, Sylveon, Yveltal, Hourglass, Cassiopeia, a Weevil, into a Copperaja. So nothing good in that first pack. Next pack up to bat, we got the Fezandipity artwork on the front of this one. Hopefully that'll bring us some luck. I just really, really like the artwork on the special illustration rares in this one. Maybe it's because it's like a dark, grungy purple feel. I really do like that. Come on. We've got Horsey, Cufant, Crobat, Academy at Night, Genesect, Dusclops, Rowlet, Tapu Bulu. God damn. Yeah, so these packs are they're not doing as good at this moment in time. So next up to bat is the interesting, I guess, error. It's an error pack. It's an error blister pack. Scarlet and Violet base set. Really cool set. I'm going to get a craft knife for this one because we're going to be left with that back of the blister pack as per. So we have the Arcanine promo there. Really, really cool. Going to put that to one side. So far, we've not had any hits. So I'm hoping Scarlet and Violet set really saves us because, like I said, there are actually some nice hits in there. I was joking earlier when I was saying the Gardevoir is like the only nice hit. I think that's the most sought after one, but there are many other hits in this set, and hopefully we'll get one. Here we go. We've got Fighting Energy, a Tropius, a Pokeball, Rotom, Alpad, Wug Trio, a Judge, Floatzel, Miriam, a Klefki, into a Clorf. I feel like Clorf in real life, even though the stats are not like crazy, I feel like it would be absolutely terrifying. A 4 or 5 foot giant crab, basically. That's nah, I'm all right. I'll stay clear. So we have the second pack of Scarlet and Violet base set. Let's get it. Another Fighting Energy. Nice. Clawitzer, Brevard, Mastiff, Pawniard. I think we skipped a card there. So we have the Floatzel back there. Team Star Grunt, a Lucario. That's a really cool card. Switch, Tarantula into an Arboliva. Damn, we are not doing good for hits at the moment. I think regular, like if we bought a regular booster box, round about now, we probably would have had a hit or two with the amount of packs we've opened. But yeah, damn. Right, last pack magic for the Scarlet and Violet base set blister pack. Starting off with a Dark Energy. Here we go. Sharkadet. Oh. Casper Kid. Potion. These cards are sticking together. So we have a Buizel. This one. The last one we had a Floatzel that stuck to the back. And now it's a Buizel. Okay. Vivillon. Cool artwork. Daxbun. Tatsuguri. Forestras. Bido. Oh, a great Tuskiex. Okay. You know what? I'm collecting a bunch of full art blue cards. And I feel like that would look really good in the binder. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's cool. It's really, really cool. Next product up to bat. One of the final 3 products that we have. The King Gambit Shroud of Fable illustration collection box. Really cool. Really cool collection. I feel like Shroud of Fable actually has probably the best collection boxes of this era. You have obviously the Greninja EX one, which has gone crazy in value. You also have the Kingdra EX with a special illustration where it just looks like an art piece, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's a shame the King Gambit kind of doesn't follow suit, but the King Gambit illustration rare doesn't actually look too bad. So yeah, the King Gambit illustration rare, it looks cool. I wish it did follow suit, like very much similar to how the Greninja and the Kingdra EX cards look, but you know, we can't complain. We are complaining, but we're not complaining. Does that make sense? Obviously the Pawniard and the Bisharp, both are from Obsidian Flame, so you know, you can replace those cards if you need to. And inside you get 4 packs. So, you know, on average, £5 a pack of Shroud of Fable. I feel like £5 is like the global average at the moment for most booster packs. And I think that's totally okay. I think you're very lucky, in fact, to find things that are cheaper than that. And if you do find them, oh God, they go quick. Right. So Shroud of Fable. Let's get it. Hopefully this little bit of Shroud of Fable will treat us good. Steel Energy and Axu. Houndor. Drowsy and Absol. Crobat. Janine's Secret Art. Iron Moth, a Cresselia. Decidueye. Into a Petulant. Nice. A nice EX card. First pack magic. Let's get it. Second pack of Shroud of Fable. Actually have the Petulant artwork on this one. Hopefully that'll bring us some luck. I see on the next pack is an Okidogi. I wonder if we get an Okidogi in this one. One thing about Shroud of Fable is it has a different hollow pattern. So like, I don't know if you see there, it's like a hexagonal things going all the way across. I think that's super sick. Meowth, Krogunk, Golbat, Malamar, Galvantula, or Galvantula, I guess. Hourglass, Houndoom. Yeah, okay, we are cooking. We are cooking right now. The Horsey illustration rare. Damn. Again, like what I was saying a minute ago. I'm collecting a bunch of blue cards for a blue page in my binder. This is gonna fit perfectly in. I'm so happy with that one. So happy. Let's go. Damn, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. An ultimate pack of Shroud of Fable with the Okidoki artwork. Oh, are we gonna get something better than the Horsey? We've gone from like an EX card to an illustration rare. Maybe we get an SIR. Who knows? What would be the last one? I guess the last one would potentially be a gold card. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? That'd be crazy. Right. Galvantula, Iron Moth reverse. Zoroark. It was too good to be true. It was too good to be true right there. Right. Last pack magic for Shroud of Fable. Serendipity artwork. Yeah, and I do really like Shroud of Fable. I think it gets a bad rep, but you know, what can you do? What can I do? Fighting Energy. Persian, Dusclops, Rowlet, Axu, Night Stretcher, Colress Tenacity, Yveltal, Meowth reverse, into a Golbat reverse, into a Zoroark holographic, not too bad. So the Horsey was the main hit. I think the main hit out of all of these cards is probably the Horsey. Really nice card. I quite like it. I quite like it. Right, I think we open up the Roaring Moon and then we move over to the tin because I feel like the tin has some good things inside and I don't want to ruin it. Roaring Moon EX collection box. So I feel like this is a product that I don't really see much of. So it's quite interesting that it's in this mystery box. Obviously, you get the Roaring Moon EX Jumbo card. And as well as the Jumbo card, you get the regular sized EX card, which is really cute. Code card if you want it. The Brute Bonnet as well with the Cosmo foil. It looks really sick. I actually really do like that. That looks really cool. I don't think the camera is doing it justice, but it looks really good in person. Same with this one. That looks really, really cool. Oh yeah. And packs wise, Paradox Rift, Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, and Paldea Evolved. Okay. Hold on. Right. Obsidian Flames, I guess, is up to bat. So, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, this value really came to about £90, which is kind of crazy to say we paid 100. And maybe I read it wrong, and it was like, you know, £100 worth of market value stuff as opposed to what it was originally sold at, which could be the case. But I'm a little bit disappointed in that. But you know, beggars can't be choosers when it's time to get Pokemon, right? Togedemaru, really cool card. Solrock, Houndoom, Gramble, Magnemite, Drillbur, into a Sizzle. Do you know what card I really want? The Full Art Sizzle from Obsidian Flames. That looks beautiful. I would love to have that in the binder as well and start a red page. I think that'd be really cool. Paradox Rift. It feels like we are opening stuff that are obviously leftovers that are on shelves, which I totally don't mind. But sets are like sets that people don't like. Obviously, aside from like Paldea Evolved, a lot of these sets remain on shelves for a reason. So we're getting like a bunch of Paradox Rift, Temporal, Scarlet and Violet, Shroud of Fable, stuff like that. It's just quite interesting, really. Blipbug, Way Coco. That would be a really cool full art, like illustration rare or something. That'd be sick. Hone Edge, Dwebble, Minior, Crocodile, Tulip, Vanillish, Lipard. Yeah, yeah. That's bad, man. That is sick. And again, it's blue. It's blue and yellow. That actually, that kind of blends in. That kind of blends in with the binder. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Iron Hands EX. Let's go. Decent. That is really good. Right, penultimate pack from this collection box. Another Paradox Rift booster pack. Come on. Let's get something even better than that. Let's get it. Trubbish. Oh. Crustle. Onyx. Flittle. Toadscrawl. Screamtail. The Evolution. Pansear. Dondozo. Oh, into a Gold Engo EX. Actually, not a bad card. If you're obviously playing the TCG, I think it's still worth quite a little bit of money. Like I sell a lot of these regular EX cards that obviously I don't put in my binders or whatever. I know a lot of people use these for, you know, the TCG, so I make sure to list these on Card Market for those who want these. But these usually go for quite a little bit of money. To say that they're just a regular EX, I think they're probably one of the most expensive regular EX cards at the moment. But yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. I think the illustration rare of this is super sick as well. Last pack from this collection box is the Paldea Evolved. Really underrated set, in my opinion, Paldea Evolved. But again, is it actually underrated? I don't think so. I feel like obviously everyone's chasing the Magikarp, but there are way better cards, in my personal opinion, in this set. But we'll see. We will see. We'll see what we pull. Brambleghast with that scary face. I like that. Superior Energy Retrieval, Sudowoodo, Snova, Ice Cube, into a Spiritomb. Damn. So no luck there on the Paldea Evolved. Now moving on to the final product, which is the Azure Legends EX tin. One of my favorite tins of the modern sets, to be honest. Made a video when these came out and it treated me really, really well. Pulling the Milotic EX Special Illustration Rare from Surgeon Sparks. And I think that was the first time I ever got something good from Surgeon Sparks. So I'm keeping that one dear to my heart. So obviously we have the Xerneas promo that you saw through the window. Very nice. And inside, I can't remember the pack selection, but obviously, you know, you see the Surgeon Sparks, 2 Surgeon Sparks, Stellar Crown, and a Temporal Forces. You know what? That's good. That's pretty good. I like Stellar Crown. You got the Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and the full art Terrapagos, and the Lacey as well. Don't forget the Lacey. Temporal Forces, you know, same as Surgeon Sparks. Really cool cards in all of these. Let's run it. Stellar Crown up to bat first. Electric Energy to start us off. Scorbunny. Clover Fossil. Thought that was Clover Fossil. Pancham, Duraludon. Abominable. That's a mouthful. Revavroom. Lapras. Toadscrawl. Crabominable. Into a Grimmsnarl. Damn. Actually, that looks kind of cool. That actually does look like a huge villain. That's really cool. Next up, we have Temporal Forces. Leave a comment down below as well, like what your favorite cards are from each of these sets, because there's quite a selection of sets, and it'll be interesting to see what your guys' favorite cards are from each of these. Psychic Energy, a Sizzlipede, Marill, a Golett, Elgyem, Sableye, Iron Valiant, Rescue Board, Meditite, Lickitung, Bianca's Devotion, Full Art Trainer card. That is so, so nice. So I do also collect a bunch of Full Art Trainers in my binder, and I've just got pages and pages of Full Art Trainers, and this one I think would fit perfectly. This is really cool. Next up to bat, we have Surgeon Sparks. Come on, you treated us well once, we'll do it again. Starting off, we have a Dark Energy, a Wattrel, Excadrill, Quaxwell, Morlul, Miraidon, Drayton, Wochian, Satoddle, Cerulege, into a Sylveon EX. That's pretty good. We'll take that. Well, that's Pack Magic for Surgeon Sparks. I'm so glad that Scarlet and Violet introduced code cards that were all the same color. I'm so happy with that. If you know, you know. Slackoff, Azelf, Vigoroth, Center Scorch, Babiberry, Magneton, Latios, Stunfisk, Skarmory, into a Palkia as the final card of this mystery box. So to go through like some of the good stuff that we got ourselves the Bianca's Devotion, which I think is really, really nice. I'll definitely have this in my binder. Iron Hands EX as well. This one's going in the binder as well. It's more blue than it is yellow, but I feel like the contrast is really nice. Same with the Horsey. It's all blue. Perfect for the binder. King Gambit. Cool illustration rare. Not my thing, but for some people it might be. Next up, we have the Sylveon, Goldengo EX, the Petulant EX, and obviously the bunch of... Oh, totally forgot about this one. The bunch of EXs and just regular like Cosmo Holo cards, but totally forget about the Great Tusk, the Great Tusk EX from Scarlet and Violet base set. Really cool. Never seen this one before. Again, also going in the binder. Hell yeah. So I've said this before in previous videos, but I feel like whenever you purchase and then open Pokemon product, it usually loses about 80% of the value on average. So obviously we didn't make our money back in this case, and that's totally okay. We know what we're getting into when we do that. Little bit disappointed with the value for what we paid, the £100, but that goes to show the market is a bit crazy right now. I feel like if this was this time last year, for example, we probably would have had £110 worth of product inside this £100 mystery box, because that's usually the case where a lot of companies, they have a lot of extra stock, and obviously when they're buying it in bulk, they get it cheaper. So then obviously they can offload a few more, maybe an extra pack or two inside that £100 mystery box to bump that value up. And that's totally okay. But I just wanted to share this experience with you, especially with the current market, all that good stuff, and just kind of let you guys take your own judgment on this. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe as well, because it really helps the channel. Happy collecting as always. Peace.